Some funding is provided by John A. Cook, Certified Public Accountant at 105 East Main Street in Westfield.
The Chautauqua Integrated Delivery System. Our community of doctors is pleased to announce their affiliation with Senior Choice. Senior Choice fills in where your Medicare coverage leaves off.
Fairpoint Communications, formerly C&E Telephone, providing telephone, internet, and data services, is proud to fund this broadcast of Senior Report.
Some funding is provided by State Senator Catherine M. Young.
Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who have spent a lifetime caring for others. Located on 26 Cass Street in Westfield, New York.
Some funding is provided by the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville.
Live from the Chuck Kelsey Television Studio at Access Channel 5 in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Call in and participate in Chautauqua County's only live call-in senior program. Share a thought or wish someone a happy birthday. Saturday mornings between 9 and 10 a.m. And now, here's Reed Powers.
And good morning. What a beautiful day today in Chautauqua County. The winter is approaching. The flowers are going into a period of sleep. Bring in your, you can bring your geraniums in and just stick them in a pot and water them once a month, and they'll last all winter long. Same with your begonias, tuberous begonias, which are expensive. You just pack them away in a little sand, and they'll be fresh and ready to go next spring. We have with us a guest who gives up generously of her time in Chautauqua County, and in terms of the people in Chautauqua County who are our viewers. She's always on the air with us. She comes in regularly to spend a Saturday morning with us, which means she has to give up her Saturday morning, and her name is Cathy Young. She's our state senator for a number of years, and she is here to answer your questions today, this being today the 24th. And hopefully, friends, we have a new development in our programming through Time Warner, which is, we're networked all around Time Warner in Chautauqua County, northern Chautauqua. You may be able to catch us live now, so that you can actually call in yourself. If you live in over in Dunkirk or Fredonia or Silver Creek, you may be able to just call right in. We're working on that, and it looks like it's going to be good. We're also moving into a brand new studio. So we have a lot of great things happening around here. I'm sure that you've all seen a lot of stuff on TV. It's getting about Obama and company and everything, and the health care program, which is coming through, but it looks like, again, the health care industry, the insurers, pharmaceuticals, and people who take $1 trillion a year off the system, have again killed it. I don't think we're going to get a quote public option, or what we would call national health care, real national health care, meaning that the government would participate in setting it up. I think that one's it's probably on the slab somewhere. I wanted to mention the fact it's time to call again and rattle the heck out of your state senators and your state representatives in the Congress, congressmen. The seniors are getting this year, after a number of years, the last 8 years, they received 50% drop in their cost of living purchases. In other words, they can now buy with their same Social Security check about half as much as they could back in 2002, which is a very serious matter. And lo and behold, the Congress's answer to that is to announce there is no more inflation for the next year, 2 years, maybe 3 years. You're not going to get any increase for COLA, the cost of living, in your Social Security. And that's laughable. We know that's laughable. Who are they trying to kid? That's a crock of, up here we call it manure or something like that. You've noticed the gas has shot up immediately. All your taxes in New York State have gone crazy. All the other costs around you are flying high and wild, and they're telling us there is no inflation. And they're predicting there'll be no inflation next year, although all the pundits are saying, buy gold. We're going to have real rip-roaring inflation in this country. Who are they kidding? What's going to happen to seniors now? They have no way. They can't go get a little extra work, a side job, put in for overtime. You see an 80-year-old going down to Walmart and saying, I want to stack shelves. God bless them. Seniors are going to wind up living in their children's basements and eating cat food if they continue this procedure. Get on the Congress's case. President Obama has actually recognized it, said, well, I'll send you $250. Ha! $250? Thank you, Mr. Obama, for recognizing the fact that the seniors are going into the pits in real serious economic jeopardy. But $250 ain't going to hack it. We need a real cost of living, and a real pickup one from the past that we've lost. And I'll tell you, senior housing, if you look in the paper, every year the number of houses lost through sales and auctions and foreclosures have increased. There used to be a quarter page, it's up to 2 pages now around here. And a huge number of those are seniors. They just can't handle the costs. They're dealing with it. All right, guys, enough said about that. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to just give you a moment of peace and quiet, and we'll bring in the geezer who has something to say. This is for you. Give yourself a little moment. I want to thank Randy Burt for taking this beautiful, beautiful shot right out back of our studio here. And if you haven't seen the leaves, take a little ride up in the hills. The hills are on fire with the gorgeous colors. This is for you. Give yourself a few minutes every single day. It'll drop your blood pressure 10 points. Thank you very much. Today I got a guy here. He shoots from the hip. He's the geezer, Mort Flexer. Mort, you're on.
Thank you, Reed. And Senator Young, it is always a delight to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish I could see you, but come to the studio sometime. You know, racism is a subject that I thought would get into wide debate in this country with the election of a black American president. But I haven't seen any sign of it where I live. And it's got a strange history in my life, and I suspect yours is somewhat similar. I didn't meet a black person until I was about 15 years of age, and the local gasoline station hired some young man with a PhD in, I think it was English literature, but they hired him to pump gasoline. I went to a large New York City high school. It was a city-wide school, Brooklyn Technical High School. We didn't have a single African-American student. At 18 years of age, of course, I went into the military. Still no black people in sight. I had an Asian American as a roommate for a little while, but never a black man. The first black man with whom I had personal contact was when I went to work for Westfield Memorial.